The next part of the Ashtanga Yoga is Niyam. Niyama is basically self-discipline which every yogi or the practitioner of yoga has to follow. Niyam says there are basically five principles of Niyam. Number one is Shauch. Shauch stands for cleanliness and purity. Second is Santosh. Santosh is contentment. Next is Tapa. Tapa is austerity. Then Swadhyaya, self-study, and Ishwara Paridhanam. Ishwara Paridhanam is surrender to God, the higher self. Niyama is the second component of Ashtanga Yoga, rules for self-discipline. Yamas are moral and prohibitive, whereas Niyams are disciplined and constructive. Yam provide ethical foundation and Niyam provide physical and mental foundation for furthering studies of yoga. Yam can be practiced only within a society, but Niyam can be practiced anywhere irrespective of society. Yam are reactive and Niyam is active. First part of the Niyam is Shaucha, cleanliness, purity. Purity of body, mind and intellect. These instruments become impure when things are added to them. Shaucha helps to eliminate these additions. Hatha Yoga prescribes many practices for the purification of the internal body. The cleansing practices are divided into 6 major categories, which we call Shat Karmas in Yoga. There is Dhauti, Basti, Neti, Tratak, Nauli and Kapalbhati. Shat Karmas is one is Dhauti, this is the cleanliness of the cleaning of the digestive tract. Basti, cleaning of the rectum. Neti, cleaning of the nasal passage. Tratak, cleaning of the eyes. Nauli, improving the digestion. Kapalbhati, cleaning of the lungs, and for purification of the mind is a mantra sadhana. Next discipline is Santosh. Santosh means contentment. This is a mental attitude that keeps the mind in a condition of equilibrium. Circumstances impact on the mind and cause it to react. These reactions disturb the equilibrium of the mind and in turn disturb the physical condition of the body. To avoid these disturbances, train your mind to react with contentment. Always say very nice, very nice. A continued practice of Ashtanga Yoga along with training the mind through mantra sadhana is necessary to develop this attitude. Next is Tap. Tap is austerity, self-discipline. Tap includes various practices, the object of which is to purify the sadhakas. Sadhakas means the yogi, the practitioner, body, mind complex, for further study of yoga. Practices include fasting and observing various vows. These are performed to control the functions of the body and mind. A systematic practice begins with simple exercises to exert control of willpower, and in progression, more difficult practices are performed. This practice loosens the association of the consciousness with the body-mind complex. Next part of the Niyam is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is self-study. Study is the process of acquiring knowledge, both theoretical as well as practical. The explanation given by Patanjali of the study is as follows. Dirghakal, for long period. Nairantarya, continued, and Nirantarya, continued, uninterrupted. Then Satakara Sevito, with full unconditional faith. The study of The style of study will depend on the individual self. And finally, niyam is Ishvara Paridhanam. Ishvara Paridhanam means the total surrender to the higher self. The progressive practice of Ishvara Paridhanam will lead to Samadhi, the state of union of Atma with Paramatma. Ishvara Paridhanam is a process of transformation from human to God. Ishvara Paridhanam is the concept of losing the identity of the self and merging it with that of the Ishvara, the God or the higher self. This effort may take many forms according to the temperaments and the previous sanskaras of the sadhakas, the practitioner. Ishvara Paridhanam is explained in detail in Bhakti Yoga. The next part of the Ashtanga Yoga is Asana. We will discuss Asana in the next chapter. Thank you.